We have learned how to display all the items from the database and also how to create a new item from the front end. Now it's time to take a step further and learn how to handle item update process from the front end as well as from the back end. So the first thing we will do is we will add a new column here with a link to go to the edit page for the specific item. So the first thing we need to do is add a new column in our table. So here inside the route method, instead of passing the URI, we can also pass the method name of the controller. And the second argument we are passing is of type object, where we can pass the values for the dynamic parameters. We have not registered this route yet. Let me just finish it and we will head over to our routes.ts file and register this route for us. The edit method of items controller will serve the purpose of displaying a page where the user can update the values for the specific item. Now let's go inside our controller and add this method. Here what we are doing is we are fetching the item from the database by using the find method of Lucid models, and inside the method we are passing the ID. Now we need to create a new view called edit inside views. The edit view will display the exact same form we are having inside the create view. So we can just go ahead and copy it. Now there will be few changes. The first thing, let's change the title. And now the only change we need to do is, instead of displaying an empty string, we will change it to the item value that we have grabbed from the database. This form will be displayed in our edit.h view, and once the user submit this form, it will update the value in database. So in that case, we need to change our form action. And before that, we need to register a new route. So here for this route, we will use the method update. Now here inside the update method, it will do the exact same thing we are doing inside the store method. So we can copy it and paste it over here. The only change it will do is, instead of creating a new instance, we will use the find method and pass the ID. And let's get rid of this new keyword and replace it with await. So here we are getting the item from the database and we are assigning new values, and finally we are saving it. And after that, the response it will send is item updated. Save it. Our route is registered and we have also created the update method. Now it's time to fix our form action. Now instead of using the route URI, we can also use the controller method inside the route method. This route needs a parameter, a dynamic param. We can pass dynamic params like this. So here it is. By default, only GET and POST requests are supported by the web browser. In order to submit a PUT request, we need to set the allow method spoofing to true. You can do it by going to app.ts file inside config and set this value allow method spoofing to true. Now after this, you need to restart the server. So let's get back to our view. Now in order to submit a PUT request, all you need to do is concat this string after the route method. Here is our latest output. Inside the table, we have added a new column to go to the edit page. Now let's check any one of it. Here it is. We are getting our edit.edge view, and in this view the values for the form fields are already fetched from the database. Now let's try to update it and change the quantity to 1000. Update. Here you can see item is updated, and notice the URL carefully. So we have sent a PUT request to this URI. By default it's a POST request, but when we add this query string, it will handle it as a PUT request. Now let's get back to our home page, and here you can see we have changed 850 to 1000. So this is how we can handle the update operation on our model.